welcome back to the WhatCulture Gaming Podcast. I am your host, hashtag not Scott Tailford. My name is Rachel Shackleton. Today joined by...
Also not Scott Tailford, Adam Clery.
And also not Scott Tailford, Rich Hudson. Hello.
That we have no Scott Tailford today. He doesn't work Wednesdays, but something very exciting happened today and we just had to do a podcast about it, so we are doing it. It's Pokemon Day. Gentlemen, what did you think of the Pokemon Direct?
Well, I've realised today that my heart is pathetic and tiny and is shattered into a million pieces
Welcome
now.
to my life.
Yeah. Really, really exciting. I kind of think we've got sort of bogged down with Pokemon as a franchise lately. They've been doing so many side things, and I actually thought Sun and Moon suffered for this as a result. That it was just kind of like, Let's Go's here, and we're revitalising it all, and we're getting everybody to play it again, and isn't it nostalgia, and isn't it great? And they forgot that there's like an actual franchise here which needs pushed forward, needs advance. And I think, as I say, Sun and Moon really went in on the nostalgia dollar, so it's nice that they're getting back to just doing their thing, and it looks like they are doing their thing, so I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think?
I'm excited because I'm coming back into Pokemon after leaving it alone after Gen 3.
Okay.
So I came back in with Let's Go and I loved it to pieces, so now I'm back on the Pokemon hype train. So getting Sword and Shield is going to be exciting.
Pokemon Sword and Shield, eh?
Well, I mean, I was waiting for peanut butter and jelly. That's what I thought the next two were going to be.
That would have been better in my opinion. Not a big fan of the names, personally. What do you guys think?
Well, if they're set in the UK, it does kind of work, doesn't it? Because it plays into that whole, like, medieval thing, which everybody...
Set in the UK, guys.
We'll get onto that.
Yeah.
I think it's quite interesting what you just said there, because you're saying you're getting back into it after Gen 3. This is probably the most important gen they've done in a long time, because they've just got so many people back into it with Let's Go. So many people are going to watch the film and be back into it. And this is the game that's going to follow sort of like 2 years of the mobile game, then its first major, like, wide-reaching film. Because, I mean, the cartoons are the cartoons, do you know what I mean? Yeah, like, this is the first sort of main mega film they've done for this. And this is going to be the game, which is the core part of the entire company, that follows all this on. So they've got to get it right.
They were very, very clear. This is going to be a game that's for, you know, old school Pokemon fans and everyone who hopped on the bandwagon with Let's Go and stuff. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what they do with it. It looks like they are playing it very safe. Like, so you didn't play Sun and Moon? No, so I'm assuming you did.
I did, yes.
Yeah, so Cleary and I played Sun and Moon. It's very... Sun and Moon itself switched up a lot of things. They got rid of gym battles and stuff like that. Yeah, so it was...
I didn't realise just how much it had changed.
You had island... What were they called? Island...
Kahuas.
Trials.
The Kahuas, I think they were called,
yeah.
Oh, is this the Alolan? Is that the Alolan?
Yeah, the Alolan region.
Yeah.
Right, so I've heard about that again through Let's Go. So
yeah, so they switched it up, but it kind of looks like... I kind of hope that they're going back to the more X and Y kind of style of things, where we had, like, obviously the 3D characters, new Pokemon, but traditional battling.
Yeah, like, I missed that in Sun and Moon. I really liked what they did in that game, because they did... I think it felt like they made a lot of last-minute changes to try and get cash in on the Let's Go thing, because pretty much every Pokemon in the first hour of the game is an old school one, or like an Alolan version. It's like, you remember these? These were good. This is when you played them as a child. But, like, they changed the game mechanics and sort of how you battle, and they changed that up a lot. But they were always saying, like, this is just how they do it in the Alolan region. It's different. It's something... It's a bit refreshing. Whereas this... Yeah, I liked it. It was a nice change. I've got no problem with them doing something different again, so long as it feels sort of like it fits the region, or it's genuinely a nice mechanic. Ultimately, at the end of the day, like, I like gym battles because they worked.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I don't mind what they bring in instead of that if it works.
They were a staple of the series, let's be honest. So hopefully, like, Pokemon 2019, Pokemon Sword and Shield, we have a name for it now. Hopefully that brings back gym battles. That was my one sort of thing I didn't think they shown. There was a shot where it was kind of like the trainer was walking into a stadium, which I wondered that might be...
The opening shot of the whole trailer was it coming over like a bridge, and then you can see a very much what is a gym in front of you, so I'm guessing gyms are back.
Yeah, I wondered if it might also be like, if the Elite Four was some kind of tiered tournament style, like in the anime, that would be really cool.
I've always thought that the one thing from the anime that they never, ever, ever did in the games, which was brilliant, was the actual idea of a Pokemon League. Yeah, like, it was Pokemon like a full-time thing you had to be involved in, and you had to constantly battle. It wasn't just like, here's one guy, can you beat him once? Imagine
it. Well, obviously there was a PvP. The subway, I'm going to say it was that X and Y? I don't really PvP much in Pokemon, and so other people are too good. But there has been stuff like that. But it would be cool if that was baked into, like, the main game. where you sort of fought like versions of other trainers, like in a tiered.
I never quite got it because it worked. It made so much sense in the context of the anime. Like Pokemon is the biggest thing in the world of Pokemon, so they fill out stadiums and arenas, and there's a very well organized battling league for it. And that made a lot of sense. But in the games, it's always like, hey, here's a room with 5 people in it who just stand around all day waiting for you to turn up, and then you beat them, then you just go. And it never quite. I would love the idea of being in a huge stadium and like feeling like I had a ranking and I was trying to work my way up it.
Maybe it's something you can go back to over the course of the game. Like there's the central like big city in the what's the new region called?
It's called Galar.
Galar region. Like you go back to there
Britain.
every so often,
Britain.
and you fight. You have to beat the person in that stage to continue on in the same way you had to get a particular badge to continue on. So you get a HM off the gym leader, then something else off the person you then beat in the league to
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah,
I really like that as an idea. Like you have to keep going back to the same place as you improve and just moving up the ranks. I really like that. Yeah.
Yeah, in the same way that you beat a gym to keep going, you have to do the same. So you have to do a gym and then also a league battle to continue to progress through the game.
Oh, I'm looking forward to
kind of in the
more.
same way that you only had it like once or twice where you'd fight your rival. I mean, I think it's quite a bit more in the old games, but I'm thinking back. I'm always back to Ruby.
Oh man,
where,
the Let's Go rival was.
He was there, but he was so nice. He was all friendly.
He was too nice.
I'm knocking my mic around.
He was too nice. I didn't really like the direction they went with a lot of things with Let's Go. But one thing I did like, I'm really sorry to tangent here.
That's fine.
One thing I did really like from Let's Go that they have not decided to bring to Sword and Shield, and that is, what did I call it? I gave it a good name. Encounters where you see the Pokemon appear right in front of you in the grass, and you go up to it and you know which Pokemon you're going up to and you pick it. It makes finding new Pokemon so exciting, and shiny hunting is so good in Let's Go. They've changed it. It's now random.
Because obviously in the trailer they very much show like bumping into a Pokemon. There's the silhouette, boom, it's Pikachu. You battle it, you throw the Pokeball, and it's like that was what got me back into Let's Go, because the grind of coming back to Pokemon is what always switches me off, and I try and go back and play it again. But Let's Go.
Grind,
I think maybe I've just got Stockholm syndrome with like the Pokemon mechanics. Like I will quite happily sit in the same patch of grass for 3 hours looking for something.
Enough.
Yeah.
But like Let's Go did it so well that it completely engrossed me again, and to see that potentially already disappearing from what we can tell is
all I wanted was
concerning me, but
spawns.
I really wanted this to be.
I
thought that what they did with Let's Go was the direction the series would go in.
Yeah, although I do like that they have changed it back to battling wild Pokemon. That is one thing I'm happy with.
I hated that you didn't have to battle the wild
Just
Pokemon to
throw
catch
balls at them. Yeah, it's like
It's uneconomical. it's a waste of balls.
It's true. Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. So glad they changed that. Oh, we haven't even mentioned. What did you guys think of the starters? Oh god, silence.
I would die for Scorbunny.
I'm the same. Definitely is going to be a Scorbunny main.
I did like the bunny. I mean, I'm a sucker for anything cute and fluffy.
I like it. They always basically just combine a word that means the element with a word that means the animal. So Scorbunny's very obvious. Was it
grass monkey? Grookey.
Grookey, grass monkey. I can't figure out the water one. What is that?
It sounds like soluble.
Like sob, like when I see someone cute and I sob.
I mean,
a sobbing bubble.
God, that's
sobbing
what it is.
bubble.
A scorched bunny.
He does
a
look
grass monkey.
pretty sad.
He looks like he just needs to be protected, to be honest.
Just needs to be cuddled.
On first watch, I was like, well, yes, the bunny, but on second watch, I am all for that like cute little personification of everything wholesome in the world that is Sobble.
I think I was the only person in the world who went with Rowlet in Sun and Moon.
Rowlet. Oh, I picked Rowlet. I liked my little grass owl. He was cute.
Got a little plush of him somewhere at home, I think, but we're getting off topic.
Yeah, we are. So we saw our new starters. We did not see any other new Pokemon. The only other Pokemon in the whole trailer, if I'm not mistaken, was a Munchlax.
Yeah, that was quite random.
Interesting one to show us.
Was that the little one that the trainer threw out?
He's like a mini Snorlax. He was just in a house somewhere. I just noticed.
Well, because you had the Pikachu battle, and also the trainer threw out a Pokemon as well. I didn't recognise which one that was.
I must have missed that.
When it shows the Pikachu encounter, the trainer throws out a Pokemon.
Was it one of the starters, perhaps?
I don't think it was.
They've got it's late 2019 this is coming out, isn't it? So they've got a long time to start drip feeding.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are we expecting another 100, do you think?
I hope so. I think Sun and Moon added...
900 now?
Well, God, we're on about 900. Sun and Moon added about 80, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it wasn't. It didn't add too many.
No, what they did, they had Alolan farms as well. I would love more like
British forms of Pokemon.
Oh my goodness! Shall we have Psyduck in a top hat?
Snorlax in a tracksuit. That'd be really good.
A Burberry cap.
Snorlax in a Burberry cap. You can get Pikachus with caps.
Oh, you can.
It's a must-do Pikachu with a Burberry cap. That'd be amazing. Or maybe like a Charmander, but it smokes.
Yeah, I could see like a Bulbasaur in a snapback or something.
The Charmander with 10 Benson and Hedges stuck in his
fan
pocket.
art.
Oh my.
Or just a wee sausage roll, like.
Yeah, Rare Candy's a vegan sausage roll. Jeez, I'm definitely doing this article now. There's loads in it, isn't there?
Love it, love it. So yeah, like we mentioned there, it is coming late 2019. But one thing they did say right at the end of the Direct, which I thought was very, very interesting, was that it is not the only thing that you can expect for Pokemon this year. So what do we think is coming?
I was hoping that in this Direct, obviously before the Direct was then live and it said it's 7 minutes long, which is like, oh,
yeah,
okay. I was hoping to hear some DLC, some extra content for Let's Go, because I've got back into Pokemon. I've fallen off Let's Go because I binged it like big time, and I haven't been back to it in a while. And I really want them to bring in maybe like they just introduce a spluttering of Gen 2 into the mix, and they'll do the same later on with Gen 3, and then just keep adding a few more Pokemon in maybe. Or maybe even add like a battle tower, like a league thing, kind of thing, just to add to it. But I was hoping that something Let's Go was going to be announced as well, because that game is not done yet. It can't be.
Pokemon games have never really gotten DLC for them, unless you count Pokken.
But this is a different This is a whole different kettle of fish for Pokemon with Let's Go, because now it's moved to the Switch, which kind of does outline the death of the 3DS if Pokemon's moved.
Absolutely, 3DS is gone, mate. It's
I don't have a 3DS,
old.
and I'm really tempted to get one.
It's so old though. It is its time.
I should say I've got a 2DS because I didn't understand what the difference was really when I went in to buy one. Basically, right, my purchase history of all Nintendo consoles is I buy the Nintendo handheld console, then I buy all the Pokemon games that come out for it, and nothing else. And then they make a new Pokemon game for the next console. I have to sit there and go, oh, am I actually going to spend 150 quid to play it? Yes, I'm actually going to do that this time.
Or so I've done that with case 300.
Yes, that's getting bought definitely now.
It's totally worth it. It's totally worth it. It's a fantastic system.
I'm kind of excited about this being on the Switch, because the thing about Let's Go was it was effectively a port of a mobile game based on a Game Boy game. So they had to like basically cram the limited functionality of both of those into one experience that was going to like appeal to like a lot of old players, and there was going to be a big nostalgia factor for it. It's effectively a slick Game Boy game. They've not really done that much more with it. But now this is like the next generation Pokemon game, and they can do absolutely anything they want with the Switch as a result of that. So it should be, in theory, way better than Let's Go. Like the kind of things they can bring to it should be incredible, especially with the dual controls and all the... I mean, you guys know better than me, but the stuff that... I mean, the sky's the limit for it, really, especially if it's... Because they'll have been building this game specifically for it the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
So it's... The potential for this game with all the fun Switch stuff's amazing.
That's a good point, actually. This game was announced that it was being developed at the same time that they announced Pokemon Let's Go. So that is how long they've been working on this game, or at least that they've allowed us to know.
Let's Go wasn't too far away from when release when it was first announced. So
I think it got announced.
Both of them have been in development.
A year prior it would be.
I think if they've got that long to go, the amount of announcements they can do between now and late 2019 is just... I mean, the first one you would just do is, we're making the game, get everybody excited. Then you can start like drip feeding out a few of the Pokemon here and there. Then all of a sudden you start hitting people with the features about 3 or 4 months from release, like really showing off what they can do with this bit of hardware in the Pokemon universe. It's just... you won't be able to see it on this camera, but I'm sort of vibrating slightly faster than you're supposed to in this universe.
Yeah, but it's basically what they did with Smash when they first announced Smash. They said, we're doing Smash 5.
Yep.
There we go. And then they just left it. And that's all we needed. And then, of course, every single Direct we had from there was just slowly announcing more and more things. And I'm guessing that'll be the same thing for Pokemon. So, you know, with Smash being like, it's great, it's incredible, but I wasn't wholly on board with it throughout the hype build-up for it. Whereas with Pokemon, if they turn around at the end of the next Direct and say, here's 15 minutes solely for Pokemon, it's like, hey, excellent.
I mean,
that's what we need.
I'd say that's a good prediction, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's what they'll do.
It's huge. Everyone's very hyped. I mean, it got its own Direct, so yeah, they know everyone's hyped.
I do agree, though, that there'll be more things released for Pokemon between now and 2019. I'd be very surprised if they didn't do a Gen 2 version of Let's Go, because effectively all the building blocks are there now. You just release the second map.
When you look at like the actual original Game Boy games, they're pretty much just reskins of each other. Like in terms of all the assets are already there. They just
1 and 2 are pretty much exactly the same.
And all they would need to do is add the train.
Yep.
Because the train in Gold and Silver that let you travel back to like
in Goldenrod, yeah.
Palatone's Kanto, second gen is Johto. That's correct. And now we've got Galar or Galar. Galar.
I imagine it'll be pronounced the most British way possible. So
Galar.
Galar.
Gala.
Well, if you look at it, I showed. I showed you the map before.
Bingo hall. That's going to happen.
If you flip the map they've released, if you flip it upside down and stretch it ever so slightly, it does actually look like the British Isles. But the only problem with that is it means you're going to be starting in Scotland and working up to London, which I'm very much against.
Somebody pointed out that the
weather's the wrong way around. Well, it's icy and snowy down in London. It's quite tropical up in...
No, because in Scotland you've got the big river that like cuts the whole country in two. There is that on the map as well at the top. So maybe it is the right way round, but...
Ooh, we'll see.
Do you mean the fourth?
The what, sorry?
Do you mean the fourth? No. The river? No, it's fine.
I don't know anything about Scotland.
Say this for the What Culture Geography Podcast.
Okay, sorry. Oh, we're starting a geography podcast?
I'll start out me if we think it'll do. Okay, anyway.
But yeah, it was really cool. They did say there's going to be a whole host of different regions. One thing I thought was very, very strong about this tiny little teaser we got was the environments that they showed us.
Yeah, they were so varied, weren't they?
Can we just get hype about the flipping misty forest, though? I don't know what it is about it, but it just got me so hyped seeing just this misty forest, thinking what is hiding in this forest, and I just want to go there.
I really like the cave with all the fairy lights in it.
Yeah.
Yes, fairy lights cave, and there was snowy mountains and big cities, and it just looks like it's going to be humongous.
But again, that's something they can do with this, which they couldn't do with Let's Go, because we all remember playing the original Pokemon games. It was very much similar. There was a cave here and there was a tunnel here and there, but by and large, the limitations of the original Game Boy game meant it all looked exactly the same. It's only been in later generations they've started adding rainy environments, snowy environments, but even then they've been a skin, effectively. They very rarely link too much into the game. I know like some rainy environments do link into the gameplay and stuff. There's been deserts here and there, but now it's like you can have dynamic weather. They could genuinely have the weather in the game change with the weather in the real world.
Did any of the later Pokemon games have a proper day-night cycle?
Well, yeah, they did.
Yes, never quite as well as they did it in the second gen. Genuinely, I never ever think they actually got the day and night thing better than they did in the second gen. It was so exciting then.
It was just the same as what we had, because I had in Sun and Moon, I had Moon, so I had to get in my head that right when I play this in the daytime, it's nighttime in Pokemon.
I had Sun, yeah, so I didn't even realize that was a thing.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool, that day and night cycle. Seasons though is that's very interesting. Kind of, I don't know if that would be them shooting themselves in the foot, because like imagine selling it.
Nobody wants to go out and play it at Christmas because it's so hard to get around the map.
It's like, oh, here, have all the snowy Pokemon. It's like, well, where's my flipping Pikachu?
I don't want to give them too many ideas here, but you could always just, if you released it in the winter and it's everywhere snowy, you could just, charge extra on DLC for like snowshoes and big coats and stuff.
For goodness sake, don't tell Nintendo that. We've all played Pokemon Shuffle.
That's a good point, that you go out and everything's just like a Weevil. Or just like, it's all ice Pokemon.
Sorry, everyone's hibernating.
Hey, sorry, my kid really wants to catch you. I bought the game for my kid. He really wants to catch a Pikachu. Yeah, well, just come back in March sometime. This should all start to thaw.
It's not a terrible idea, but maybe as long as it doesn't mirror real life, I don't think.
Well, actually, we're saying that. It's the middle of February out there.
I mean, it's looking pretty good outside.
It's pretty nice outside, yeah.
Sunny Gateshead, isn't it? Right, so another thing I sort of wanted to talk about was I may have forgotten. It's my first time, okay? It's my first time.
Was it the Pokemon movie?
Yes, Detective Pikachu. It was. So, what do we think of Detective Pikachu?
I don't know how they've managed to already get this so right from 2 trailers, because I remember when I first heard about this being in development, like they're going to adapt Detective Pikachu for a film. I was like, okay, probably the strongest, most accessible narrative Pokemon have done, because the core game doesn't really translate to a film, does it?
I haven't played the game. It just looks like Professor Layton with Pokemon.
It is absolutely just that. But it's still quite... And it's here is a Pikachu. He is your partner. You solve a crime together. It's a very good thing to adapt into a film. So I was like, okay, all right, this might sort of work. Then they announced that they were going to make it an actual real movie with CGI Pokemon. I was like, right, okay, I'll stop you there. You've ruined this already, because it's going to be so... This isn't Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's going to be so jarringly wrong when they present that.
Like the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Yeah, exactly. That's how easy it is to do that wrong.
Yeah.
And then the first trailer dropped, and I was like...
Everyone just went,
oh my God, they've actually... This is gonna work. Wait, it can't. It looks good, but it'll not work. It'll just be a stupid kid's film. I was like, right, your dad is dead or he's missing and I'm a Pikachu and I know where to get him and we're going to go on this adventure, and then the world's folding in half and there's all these Greninjas like throwing stuff, and I'm just like, this...
What?
And the first trailer ends with that Charizard nearly eating the Pikachu. I'm like, they've actually... I could honestly watch those 2 trailers on repeat for an hour and a half and have a better movie experience than I would with half the blockbusters that come out.
Ooh.
And yet we are actually still getting a film I get to watch.
I can't believe it's real. I feel
It's
like
only like 2 months away as well.
What?
It's not that long away. It's like
May,
the
isn't it?
11th of May.
guys, we're going at midnight to see.
Oh god, yeah.
Absolutely.
I can't wait for it. It looks. I said to I think it was James Hunt today that it's one of those few films that looks like it's hit that Toy Story sweet spot. It's very much going to be front loaded in the marketing of here is a children's film. It's got fun animations in it. They like the characters. There's a range of toys. Take the kids. But you go and see it and you're like, wow, this is actually a really good film. A lot of it's like quite above what a lot of the other audience are going to be taking from it. I just think it's going to be really good.
And it's appealing to loads of people as well. My partner doesn't play Pokemon at all, and she's seen the trailers for this, and even she wants to go and see this. Like, she's dying to see it.
It's Ryan Reynolds as a Pikachu with a Deer-stalker on.
The first time I watched the trailer, Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu didn't click with me.
No, same.
Second
I was
time,
like,
absolutely got me. Like, it was 100%. The only thing I'm concerned about, and that's only down to the fact that he's in it, was Justice Smith, because the last thing, and the only other thing I've seen him in was Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and he's annoying as hell in that. So, but I'm not going to hold that against him for Detective Pikachu, but I'm very excited.
I'm convinced now that every single franchise, every single intellectual property in the world can now be improved by the addition of Ryan Reynolds. And I think we're just going to see... I mean, I'll be honest, I wanted Danny DeVito. I wanted Danny DeVito. Because they'd done him... I can never remember for the life of me.
It was a rumour, wasn't it?
It was a rumour, but it was basically because somebody had dubbed him over the Detective Pikachu cutscenes from the game, and it just fits so well.
Somebody tweeted him and he went, "What the hell is a Pikachu?"
What the hell is a Pikachu?
But
I wanted him, but now that I've seen it, Ryan Reynolds is so perfect.
So that means Ryan Reynolds is also playing Mario in the Illumination Mario film that's happening.
What?
Did you not know that? Illumination, the folks behind Minions, are doing a Mario film with Nintendo.
I forgot to do my Pikachu impression, didn't
You
I?
do it at the end.
Okay.
Nice little treat for people who've stuck through it.
Hey. And obviously the Sonic movie as well, which I am unashamedly kind of excited to see Jim Carrey as Robotnik. That's going to be incredible.
Is this the start of us getting good video game movies?
I think what's happened is, like, famously you couldn't really adapt comic book movies because they were too cheesy and like too dumb and too elasticy. And then Marvel have gone, look, if you just take the source material seriously, if you stop thinking about it as a toy line and actually look at the stories behind them and then make a film off that, it works. And so I think all these, like, everyone who wants to make a video game film is like, should we make a gritty, sort of slightly realistic Pokemon? Will that work? And lo and behold, it is. So I think you're right. I think this could be the dam bursting for all this great video game plot, storytelling, everything coming through.
Tell you what, I'm nervous about a Mario movie though, because you can't possibly top the Super Mario Brothers movie. So that's a high bar.
I actually secretly like that.
I haven't seen it.
Really?
It's right. Movie night sorted. If you guys haven't seen the Super Mario Brothers movie, it's probably
I've seen lots of bits of it, but I've not actually watched it
easily
all
in
the way
the
through.
top 10 movies ever made, I would say.
Dennis Hopper as Cooper is a thing you need to experience at some point in your life. The world building in it, I'm getting off topic here, but the world building in that Super Mario film is great. Like, it's like watching Blade Runner just with Bob Hoskins
like a mob boss. Yeah.
I'm not. That was actually, I didn't have a Nintendo growing up, so that Super Mario Brothers film was actually my introduction to Mario. And then when I played and then I liked the film. I was dead young when it came out. I liked the film. I was like, oh, I might play this. And my cousin had a SNES, so I went around to his and played. I was like, this is crap compared to the film. What is this? Jumping up, what are these hamburger things running around? I'm jumping down pipes. Where's me jet boots? I was really disappointed with it.
Oh my god, can we have jet boots in? Can we have roller skates again in Pokemon, by the way? That was something I loved in X and Y. And can we have roller skates back, please?
Yes.
Yes,
we can.
Thanks, Clery, game designer.
Bikes.
Thank you.
Bicycles.
Obviously. The bicycles are a given. Apart from in Let's Go, where we got the Pokemon to ride instead. That was
That's
cool.
very true.
Ooh.
Although you can get a bike, if you go to somebody with $1 million, whatever the currency is, and it gives you some kind of bike.
I never got the bike.
I don't know if that actually is a bike or whether it's something.
You've got to remember that this is set in Britain, so the transport infrastructure is going to be hellish.
Oh, do they have mobikes?
Possibly. As long as I haven't got the metro, I think we'd be doing all right.
The mobikes and the metro, God, like, what if it's late and you miss your gym battle and, you have to queue up outside the door?
There's bouncers outside all the gyms.
Would you like to go all the way back to Kanto to fight the original Elite Four and compete in the Indigo League? Sadly, the trains have been cancelled at the moment due to overhead line works, but if you come back in a couple of days, you can do it.
Or you definitely don't have enough money to pay for the train.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely doing this article now.
Look out for that on WhatCulture.com. One thing I did sort of want to talk about, if you guys are up for it, is how do we look at the logos of Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield? Just getting back to the original topic. And there's
I know what you're going to say here.
interesting about the logos.
I know what you're going to say here.
They both have a wolf head on them.
I thought you were going to say one's a sword and one's a shield, because I picked up on that as well.
Right, you can leave.
I appreciate your deep dive into the logos, but yes, I did notice
they have the wolf's head on them. So what I think is, this is the legendary Pokemon, and maybe there's two different kinds of it.
Maybe they'll be medieval themed Pokemon.
Maybe what I'm thinking is, like, I'm thinking anthropomorphic sort of werewolf kind of thing. One of them has a sword and one of them has a shield. I don't know. It looks really stupid.
Do you think that means that the last badge is going to be a giant medieval castle as the gym?
Yes. Why not?
With like portcullises, and drawbridges and things.
Absolutely stunned if one of the legendary Pokemon in a game set in Britain isn't a dragon.
I mean, yeah.
I'd be absolutely stunned.
It's not it looked like a wolf.
And it's definitely a wolf on the logos.
It might have been like a sort of furry dragon.
Maybe they'll be the two, the individual legendaries, and then there's one that's in both of them that's going to be some big ass dragon.
I'm going to look this up because I feel we should make a decisive decision.
I wonder.
Is it the British coat of arms or the royal coat of arms that's a lion and a unicorn?
God, everything's
the
a lion
is like
unicorn,
England, the unicorn is like Scotland, and then is Wales not like the dragon?
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, it's not actually Britain. You realise we're making a joke. It's not actually Britain.
But they're taking inspiration, so yeah.
There's definitely room to sort of argue it's a dragon and it's a wolf, but I think I'm with you that it's a wolf.
Yeah. I just had this funny feeling because it had the same sort of wolf on both logos, that it would be a legendary that looked slightly different no matter, like, depending on the version you got. Because always our legendaries are always somewhat similar. Look at Lugia and Ho-Oh. They're both big birds, but they look kind of different. So I'm wondering what the legendaries are going to be for Sword and Moon. Also, where I was going with that was, obviously we're getting, 80 to 100 new Pokemon.
Probably, yes. Yeah, safe bet.
Probably. Design me a Pokemon now. What's its name and what does it look like?
Oh my word.
Oh God, top of my head.
I'll go first. So I described a horrific werewolf kind of beast. One of them's got a sword, one of them's got a shield. We can have... What could they be called? Woofy attack and Woofy protect. One is a fairy type. Woofy. One is a fairy type, and one is a dark type. And they're both immune to dragons because whales.
There aren't enough good cat Pokemon. I've always said this. They're really good at doing dogs, I always think, and every other animal, but they can't do cats to save their lives. So, top of my head, a cat that's also a flying type and its tail spins around loads and it just takes, like Tails used to do in Sonic.
Tails, yeah.
Like that, but it's a cat and it's an original idea, so don't bring up Tails.
What's its name?
Its name is Hoverpuss. I panicked. I really panicked.
Panic Pokemon are the best Pokemon. It's how Game Freak do it.
We need one more. What's lying around that bin?
Sobble.
I was going to say, I was thinking something quintessentially British, and I just think of like a Robin Redbreast.
Robin would be good.
There's
a Robin. I don't know what I'd call it. You can't really call it. You can't really start it with breast.
He's called Rockin' Robin, and he's an electric type, and he's got a guitar and he shoots.
No, he plays his tail like a guitar.
Guitar, yes.
Oh my word.
And he shoots out electricity from his tail axe.
He's electric flying. There we go.
Yeah, Zapdos is the only electric flying, if I'm not mistaken. So there we go. There's room for another electric flying.
Oh yeah, I mean, sure. Robin Redbreast with electric flying.
Rockin' Redbreast.
How is that amazing. Right? How have they only done one electric flying in 800
I could be wrong. Feel free to correct me in the comments.
There's 90 firefightings. Why is there only one electric flying?
Because it sort of contradicts itself, doesn't it?
My friend here, Quetzalcoatl, begs to differ with you.
Well, lightning is good against flying, so...
True.
It's one of those rare types that's actually got, less weaknesses. Anyway, I'm really, really excited to read all your Pokemon that you think are going to be in Sword and Shield. Maybe we'll get some medieval-themed ones, maybe some flying cats, maybe some rockin' Redbreast.
A sausage roll Pokemon is all we need.
Sausage roll Pokemon.
A fish supper Pokemon. And it evolves, it gets 2 pickled eggs, and then it gets... and then it gets salt and vinegar to finish. Amazing. So really looking forward to reading those, guys. But we have been the WhatCulture Gaming Podcast. I have been your host, Rachel Shackleton. You can follow me on Twitter at Don'tRageQuit. I have been joined by
2 pickled eggs. Adam Clery at Adam Clery CLERY.
And a pint of lager and a packet of crisps. Rich, and I'll pick up change toe on Twitter.
Thank you so much for watching and listening, guys. Be sure to follow us on all the social medias and tweet about us because we love you lots, and we will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.